Good morning, wherever you are. It's time for the Monday Minute with the Poppy of the Paranormal. I'm Christian Paul. I hope y'all had a great weekend. It was actually not a bad day here yesterday. We had some sun, temps in the high 50s. Put the muscle car to bed yesterday. We have a special guest with us today in the Monday Minute studio. Let me just see if I can get in on him here, just to do a little introduction. That is Spectre, laying in a toy minefield. Anyway, what are we going to talk about today? Well, I thought, we have the Western Swing coming up very soon. Before I get any farther into the day here, we have Jan joining us as always. What are we going to talk about today? I thought we would talk about Virginia City. Now, something came to mind when I was thinking about Virginia City this morning, and I guess maybe you got to be my age. Oh God. Ah, Virginia City. That was the nearest big town to the Cartwright Ranch on Bonanza. Lauren Green, Dan Blocker, Michael Landon, yada 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 yada. Okay, young people that probably don't know what that is, but Virginia City, a location that I have been to on a few occasions, and more haunts per block, I think, than a lot of other places I've been to. Um, maybe in competition with Savannah, Georgia, maybe. I think I'd still pick Virginia City. Okay, the place is built on the side of a mountain, literally. You got a street, then a street, then a street. You know, the main street going through town is C Street. So, C, like the letter C, not like C, like from sea to shining sea, or I see what you mean, or any of that. Okay. This is a place that if you had the time, if you lived in the area, you could probably research a different haunt there every weekend for months, months and months. But I thought what I would do is just touch on some of the locations that I have been in on, just to give you a little taste of why this place is a place that I come back to or I go through on the way to somewhere else. I'm really not going to investigate in Virginia City this year per se. Anything could happen now. But Virginia City is kind of like between Dayton, Nevada and Carson City, Nevada. We have a few videos on the channel of various things from Virginia City, although none really what I'd call, that recent. But we've been doing the Western Swing now for a pretty long time. Now, Virginia City. I mean, where can we start? Let's talk about the cemetery, which is basically cemeteries within a cemetery. There is a fireman's cemetery. There is a Catholic cemetery. There are several other incantations, shall we say, of cemeteries in Virginia City. Now, how does this tie in? Okay. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with the Washoe Club. If you're into para at all, you have to know about the Washoe Club. A lot of teams have been there. It's been on TV many times. I think the Constantinos kind of made the place relatively famous. But what we're going to talk about right now, we're not going to talk about upstairs where all the TV shows have been. We're going to talk about the bar. Yes, I have been in a few bars in my day. One day, I am in the Catholic portion of the cemetery, did a session in that section with a very interactive spirit who seemed more than happy to talk with me. I did the session. Of course, everything is recorded. So I'm leaving the cemetery, and I'm not going to say late in the day. It was maybe, I don't know, 3, 4 in the afternoon. Um, I'm getting a little parched. Okay. Where are we going to go? We're going to head over to the Washoe Club. Okay. Cool. At that time, the woman tending bar there, and sorry, I don't remember her name. She probably doesn't work there anymore. People kind of come and go in Virginia City, a certain element of people, anyway. And I had played for her a couple of my clips from the cemetery session, and she played some clips over the PA in the bar. Now, who can say they've done that at the Washoe Club? Maybe somebody else. I don't know. But I kind of doubt it. Washoe Club. Cool place. There are tours available on certain days, on certain times. If you're there, you want to just go upstairs, kind of look around a little bit. It definitely takes on a little bit different of a vibe in the dark. That's um yeah. Now my headset just said disconnect. I hope I still have audio. I hope. Yeah, this headset disconnected. What in the hell? Uh, Piece of crap. You just can't get a good Chinese headset. All right, I'm gonna go sans headset here and hope that I haven't lost audio here because my other headset is a little bit out of reach at the moment. Okay, we will continue on. Another place, and I stayed one night in this. No, actually, I stayed 2 nights in this location. I'm thinking about it. The Silver Queen Hotel. Now, I will say, if you're staying at the Silver Queen, you stay there for the haunt. You don't stay there for luxury accommodations. There are water pressure issues in this building, so you might be able to take a shower, you might not. And don't think you're going to just kick back and watch a little TV, because you're not going to do that either. At least not in the room that I had, okay? We did, we, I did a roam the halls, and being in November, there was maybe, one or two other rooms that had occupants the nights that I was staying there. Let me circle on back, because I want to give you a helpful clue if you're going to stay at the Silver Queen. The Silver Queen's front entrance is on C Street. The street behind it is D Street. Go figure, A B C D. Once you get checked in at the Silver Queen, drive around the block, because then you don't have to go up this massive. I mean, there is a staircase in this building like this. I did not count the amount of stairs, but it's like, I don't know, two and a half staircases of normal size combined. And if you're lugging a bunch of equipment and suitcases, you don't want to have to walk up all of the stairs. Go around the back to D Street. There's an entrance on quotation marks ground level. You'll be good. You will be okay. Anyway, did some sessions in the Silver Queen. There is a video up on the YouTube channel where we played Roam the Halls. Very interactive place. Also a place of kind of a confusing anomaly that I came across. There was, in one of the still pictures I took, in the corner of one picture, okay, so I'm using my my Sony DSC9. I love that camera for taking still shots in IR or in regular. I've had very good luck. I think that's my second one. Well, I'm on my second, maybe my third by now. They don't make them anymore, but they're out there on eBay. I can get them, you know. And there was something black and furry. See where my hand is right now is kind of like in the edge of the picture. Now I'm holding the camera kind of low out in front of me. I don't remember seeing anything black and furry, and it sure in the hell was not the shirt I was wearing. So what was that showed up on the camera? Now somebody's going to say, "Oh, that was just dust." That was that. After taking a gazillion pictures, I think I can identify this picture. Plus, this was not in IR. This was in ambient light. Another place, which is if you go out on D Street and you can walk down the street, it's about a half block down, the Haunted Piper's Opera House. Who was the last team that I saw on TV with something like that? I think it was Jack and Katrina. I think, but a haunted location. for sure. Most of you know about all the haunted saloons there, so I don't think I really have to touch on that subject. All of them bars are haunted because somebody got shot in every one of them. But is it because they got shot, or is it just the energy there? Not sure. Anyway, down on the other end of C Street is the school. This section right out in front of the school. There are three churches in town. The art center's in town. I'm sure there are private residences that I am not privy to that also have resident spirit. As you go down the road, and this is kind of interesting because it kind of blends into each other, even though it's actually a separate place. Gold Hill, Nevada. I'm sure some of you have heard of the Gold Hill Hotel, another haunted hotel. And yes, I have stayed there also. In Gold Hill, there are also some cemeteries, kind of up and out of the way. You got to kind of work it a little bit to find them because the roads are not paved. So you know me, boldly going where rental cars should not go, but we go anyway. Definitely worth checking out. Now this is what is the term? I think the term is high. There's high desert. There's low desert. This is mountain, so this is high desert. But it's still desert. Yellow Jacket Mine, you know, mining out there is a big thing, which is which has led to a lot of the haunts, I guess you'd say. Continue down the road, and this place has got a few stories of its own of the para variety. But as you go out of Gold Hill, you keep going down the road, you keep going, you get to the highway, the Moonlit Bunny Ranch. Yes, it is what you think it is. It is a brothel. I have never been inside, but I've heard some stories about the brothel too. Now this year, I'm going to be staying at a location a little bit east of there in a town called Dayton, Nevada. Dayton, Nevada, probably about twice the size of Globe, Arizona. Home of the Union Hotel, which reputedly very haunted, but now it's a private residence. Maybe I should go knocking on it. Uh, Sutro Tunnel, that's in Dayton. Okay, we're gonna get over there and see what we can check out on there. Providing I don't have to climb any fences, it'll be good. Now in the other direction down the highway, Carson City, and then Nevada State. I'd like to say I'm gonna go live from that location, but there's one thing I know about being in some of these locations in Nevada. So California, you're doing good if you got one bar on your phone. So that may not be possible. Another thing, For you fans of horses, horses do free range through the Virginia City area. I would not suggest excessive speed going through that area because they can be anywhere. They can be in someone's front yard. They can be right in the middle of the intersection, which is another point. There are certain products that horses leave in their wake. Be careful where you walk. And yes, your car will slide on. That's a little Monday Minute humor. So stay tuned. Next week's Monday Minute will be from a westerly location. I haven't quite figured out where. I guess it's going to depend on where I have the best signal. That being said, be good to each other. We're all we got. Peace!